Once upon a time, a man had 2 wives. One day, his first wife fell ill and called her 2 children to her side. "My dear children," she said, "I will soon die. Kiss me and say goodbye." The children were heartbroken. "Mother, what will we do?" they asked. "Our father's second wife hates us. If she doesn't give us food, what shall we do?" "Don't worry," their mother replied. "When you're hungry, go into the forest. You'll find someone to feed you there." The mother died, and the 2 boys cried for many days. Then, they went to their father's second wife and asked for food. "We're hungry," they said. "Please, let us eat with you." The stepmother refused. "I don't have enough food for my own children," she said. "Go away." The younger brother began to cry. "I'm hungry," he said to his older brother. "I want something to eat." The older brother took his hand. "Remember what our mother said," he said. "We'll go into the forest and find someone to feed us there." The 2 children went into the forest and found a magical cow. The cow was very kind to them and gave them food to eat every day. The children of the second wife were curious about where their stepbrothers were getting their food. One day, the oldest girl asked to go with them to the forest. The 2 stepbrothers tried to stop her, but she insisted. When they arrived at the cow's home, the younger brother was hungry and asked the cow for food. The cow came and gave them food to eat. When they got home, the stepsister told her mother about the magical cow. The stepmother was greedy and wanted the cow for herself. She convinced her husband to bring the cow home and kill it so she could eat its meat. The husband, reluctantly, agreed to kill the cow, but the cow refused to die. The stepmother threatened to kill the 2 stepbrothers if the cow didn't die. The stepbrothers were afraid and said, "Let the cow die." The cow died, and the stepmother tried to skin it, but the skin refused to come off. Again, the stepmother threatened to kill the stepbrothers if the skin didn't come off. The stepbrothers were afraid and said, "Let the skin come off." The skin came off, and the stepmother cooked the meat. The 2 stepbrothers were worried that their stepmother would kill them next. They decided to run away into the forest. The brothers got separated, and each went their own way. Years passed, and the brothers grew up. The older brother stayed near the forest and one day fell in love with the chief's daughter. They met secretly, and she fell in love with him too. There was a war in the village at that time, and every night, enemies came to fight. The young man came to fight beside the chief every night. One day, the chief asked his men who the stranger was who came to fight beside him every night. The chief's daughter told her father that the young man was her lover. The chief was angry and didn't want his daughter to marry a man with smallpox. However, his daughter insisted, and the chief eventually agreed to the marriage. During the meeting where the chief agreed to the marriage, something strange happened. The chief's head began to grow bigger and bigger. The people were shocked and asked the chief what was happening. The chief's daughter said, "Please, father, let me marry this man. If you don't, your head will continue to grow." The chief agreed to the marriage, and his head returned to its normal size. The young man and the chief's daughter got married and lived happily ever after.